If your hands and feet feel like they are being pricked by 1,000 tiny burning needles, I need you to pause whatever you are doing right now and listen carefully. If you are walking around your home and it constantly feels like you are wearing thick, heavy winter socks, even when your bare feet are on the floor, do not scroll past this video. This is not simply aging. Your mind is not deceiving you. And what you are experiencing is absolutely not something you have to accept and live with. What you are feeling in your extremities at this moment, that painful tingling, that sudden electric numbness, that strange sensation of cold or heat that is not actually there, is a loud flashing biological warning system. It is a serious distress signal coming directly from your nervous system. And here is the harsh reality that truly concerns me and the exact reason I am speaking to you today. If you ignore that static in your hands and feet, if you dismiss it as just another sign of getting older, you are not only accepting a life of constant discomfort, you are also moving toward a point where you could lose your independence completely. Because when those nerves stop sending those burning warning signals and go silent, that is when the real, irreversible danger begins. That is when you may no longer feel the brake pedal in your car, forcing you to give up driving. That is when you stand up from your chair and your brain misjudges where the floor is because the signal is gone, leading to a serious, life-changing fall that could place you in a care facility. But take a deep breath right now, because recognizing this today means you can take action. Your body is an incredible system, but it can only repair damage if you provide it with the exact biological building blocks it needs. I am Dr. Michael Kent, and I am here to explain what the traditional medical system often does not have time to tell you. Your nerves are effectively starving. The protective coating around them is breaking down. The specific nutrient your nervous system is lacking, the compound studied for helping rebuild damaged nerve insulation, is a specialized fat-soluble form of vitamin B1 called benfotiamine. I want you to remember that name clearly, benfotiamine. But I must give you an urgent warning. Do not stop this video, go to the pharmacy, buy benfotiamine, and take it like a regular daily vitamin. If you do that, you may waste your money and your symptoms could continue. Taking the wrong form of this vitamin, using it without the dietary fats your body needs for absorption, or combining it with the wrong type of vitamin B6 can interfere with the recovery process. As a result, your nerves may continue to deteriorate. You need to stay with me as I explain what is causing this damage and outline the strict daily routine you should begin tomorrow morning. Before we continue, treat the comment section like your personal intake form. Share your age, your specific nerve symptoms, and list every medication you take daily. I do read these. Your prescriptions can reveal what may be affecting your nerves right now, and reading others' experiences can help you understand that you are not alone in this. Now, let's step away from medical terms for a moment and focus on your everyday life. Ask yourself if you are going through these quiet, uncomfortable challenges that you may not even be sharing with your spouse or children. Think about your morning routine. Do you get out of bed as easily as you did 10 years ago? Or do you swing your legs over the side, place your feet on the floor, and pause for a moment? Do you find yourself looking down at your feet, unsure of how they will respond next? Gripping the edge of the mattress, do you find yourself mentally checking to be sure your feet are truly flat on the floor before you dare to place your full weight on them? Do you feel unsteady, as if you are walking on a moving boat, or like your brain is not fully certain where your feet are landing? Think about your routine in the bathroom. When you reach to turn on the sink, do you struggle to tell whether the water is hot or cold? Does a comfortably warm stream suddenly feel like burning heat or icy cold against your skin? That is not simple clumsiness. That is your sensory system actively misfiring. Now consider getting dressed. Have the small buttons on your shirt started to feel like an impossible and frustrating task? Do you notice yourself dropping your car keys or your coffee mug, leaving you confused because your hands appear completely normal and you know you are not weak? You are dropping things because the signals traveling from your brain to your fingers are not working correctly. You can no longer accurately sense the amount of pressure you are applying to an object. Or maybe your daytime is manageable, but your nights are unbearable. You lie down in bed, completely exhausted, yet the moment you pull the sheets over your legs, your feet begin to tingle and vibrate. They burn. They itch deep within the muscles where you cannot reach to relieve it. The light pressure of a cotton blanket feels like rough sandpaper against your toes. No matter how much you shift, turn, or adjust, you cannot get comfortable. You remain awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how long you can continue living like this. If you find yourself relating to any of these experiences, if you recognize your own daily struggles in these words, your nerves may be sending a serious and urgent distress signal. You have likely already tried to seek help. You may have scheduled an appointment, waited weeks to be seen, and sat on a cold exam table. You carefully explained the burning sensations, the numbness, and the constant fear of losing your balance. And what happened next? The doctor may have focused more on a computer screen than on you. They may have sighed. They may have dismissed your concerns, and you were told that this is simply what happens as you get older. They said it is just a part of normal aging. Then they handed you a prescription for a strong nerve-numbing medication, a pill that does not actually repair the damaged nerve, but instead chemically disconnects your brain so you no longer feel the pain, a pill that leaves you feeling dizzy, disoriented, and almost like a zombie throughout the day. And then they sent you home with advice to just be careful on the stairs. I am here to tell you that this is completely unacceptable. You are not imagining things. The pain is not in your head. And this is absolutely not normal aging. What you are describing matches very closely with the clinical signs of a serious, induced mechanical breakdown of your nervous system. You are being overlooked by a medical system that often does not have the time to address the root cause of your suffering. Let me explain exactly what is going wrong inside your body right now. Because once you understand the mechanical blueprint behind this damage, the solution will start to make clear sense, and you will see why your current routine is not working. I want you to picture the physical structure of your own home for a moment. Think about the electrical wiring hidden behind your walls. From the main breaker box in your garage or basement, long electrical lines run through the structure of your home to every light switch and outlet. If you were to cut one of those lines open, you would find a copper wire at the center, which carries the live electricity, surrounded by a thick layer of protective plastic insulation. That insulation has one important role: to ensure the electrical current flows smoothly from the breaker box to the lamp without leaking, sparking, or causing damage. Your central nervous system is designed using this same basic blueprint. There is essentially no difference in the mechanics. Your brain and spinal cord act as the main breaker box. From there, millions of microscopic, highly sensitive biological wires extend down your legs to the tips of your toes and down your arms to the pads of your fingers. In your body, the copper wire is the nerve fiber itself, and the thick plastic insulation around it is a biological layer known as the myelin sheath. When you were around 30 years old, that myelin sheath was thick, strong, and fully intact. Electrical signals from your brain traveled to your feet in a fraction of a millisecond. If you stepped on a sharp pebble in the grass, your brain detected the danger immediately, and you shifted your weight before you even had time to blink. Your balance was precise because the electrical connection was working perfectly, but right now, inside your hands and feet, that protective biological insulation is slowly breaking down. It is thinning, it is fraying, similar to a worn-out charging cable for a mobile phone. Think about what happens when the rubber insulation on a live electrical wire in your home wears away. It short circuits. The electricity leaks into the surrounding area. It sparks. That biological sparking is not just a comparison, it is the exact cause of the intense burning pain you feel in your feet at 2 a.m. That sparking leads to random tingling sensations. It creates the pins and needles feeling. Your nerve signals are leaking into nearby tissue because the insulation is damaged, and your brain is receiving constant, chaotic distress signals from an exposed wire. And what happens if you ignore an exposed wire for too long? Eventually, the wire breaks. The connection is lost. The power shuts off. That is what numbness is. That is the unsettling absence of sensation you feel when you press your foot against the floor and feel nothing at all. Your brain is urgently signaling your foot to move, to balance, to sense the ground. But your foot responds with silence because the connection has been broken. When people begin to understand this mechanical reality, the next question is always the same. I hear it in my clinic every day. Patients look at me with frustration and say, "Dr. Kent, I eat a healthy diet. I buy vegetables. I eat lean meats. I even take a multivitamin every morning. Why is my nerve insulation still breaking down?" This leads us to one of the most overlooked truths in modern medicine. It is a gap that a standard 15-minute medical appointment often cannot fully address. Rebuilding, maintaining, and repairing the myelin sheath requires a large amount of one specific and essential raw material, vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Vitamin B1 acts like the foundational building material for your nervous system. Without it, your body simply cannot repair damaged nerve fibers. It does not matter how much sleep you get, how much water you drink, or how many expensive pain relief medications you take. Without B1, the body's repair system cannot function properly. So if you are eating foods that contain vitamin B1, why are your nerves still lacking it? Because eating is only the first step. Absorption is the second. And right now, there are two major hidden barriers preventing that nutrient from reaching your feet. The first barrier is your aging digestive system. This is a natural part of biology. As we move into our 60s and 70s, the chemical environment inside the stomach changes significantly. The body's natural production of stomach acid begins to decline rapidly. You need strong, highly acidic, effective gastric juices to break down the complex structure of the food you consume and release the vitamins stored inside. When you were younger, your digestive system worked like a furnace. You could eat a bowl of fortified cereal or a serving of lean pork, and your body would absorb nearly all of the B1 from it. But today, with reduced stomach acid, you can eat that same healthy meal, and your body may only absorb 10 to 15% of the nutrient. You are following the right habits. You chew your food. You swallow properly. Yet your internal absorption system is not working efficiently. The essential B1 simply passes through your digestive system and ends up being eliminated. It is like putting fuel into a tank that has a major leak in the line. And if low stomach acid was not already a problem, we need to address the second barrier. This one is even more significant. It is a hidden factor, and it is likely sitting right on your bathroom counter. It is your daily medication routine. If you are taking certain common, widely prescribed medications, you may be unintentionally depleting vitamin B1 from your body every single day. Think about your morning routine. You wake up, make a cup of coffee, and follow your doctor's instructions carefully. You take your blood pressure medication. For many people, this includes a diuretic, often called a water pill. The medical purpose of this pill is to help your kidneys remove excess fluid and sodium through urine, which helps lower blood pressure. However, there is an important side effect that is often not clearly explained when the prescription is given. Vitamin B1 is a water-soluble vitamin. It moves through your body in the fluids of your bloodstream. So each time the diuretic causes your kidneys to release more fluid, it may also remove this important nerve-supporting vitamin B1 along with it. Take a moment to consider that. Every morning, when you take that pill to support your heart, you may also be triggering a process that reduces the nutrients your nerves rely on. Now, it is important to be clear, this does not mean you should stop taking your prescribed blood pressure medication. Do not discontinue any medication that is supporting your heart health. What you should do instead is make sure you are properly replacing the key nutrients that these medications may be reducing. The exact same process occurs if you are taking metformin to control your blood sugar. It actively changes the microbiome in your gut, significantly reducing the absorption of B vitamins. Even the over-the-counter antacids you may take after a heavy meal are working to neutralize what little stomach acid remains, effectively shutting down the nutrient absorption process. This creates a serious problem. The medical system provides medications to help you survive, but those same drugs may contribute to side effects that reduce your quality of life. And when you report those symptoms, you are often given another medication to manage them. So naturally, the next step follows. You realize your body may need vitamin B1. You decide not to give up. You go to the pharmacy, walk through the vitamin aisle, and pick up a bottle of B1. You take it daily. But after a month, your feet are still burning. You feel disappointed. It feels like your hope is fading. But the reason that supplement did not work is not because your body is beyond repair. It is more likely that you were using the wrong approach. When people reach this stage of frustration, when it feels like the system has left them dependent on prescriptions, they often try to take control themselves. You probably went to the store, stood in front of a large and confusing selection of vitamins, and chose a product labeled simply as vitamin B1. You took it consistently every morning, expecting improvement. Yet a month later, you were still awake at night with burning sensations in your feet. It felt like a waste. You may have even started to believe your body could not recover or that vitamins simply do not work for you. Listen carefully. The reason that supplement did not work is not because your body cannot heal. It is because the product you chose was not suitable for the problem. Many of these supplements are inexpensive, generic compounds that are not effective for nerve repair. If you check the label on that bottle of vitamin B1, you will likely see names like thiamine hydrochloride or thiamine mononitrate. These are standard forms of the vitamin, but they share a major limitation when it comes to supporting nerve health. They are entirely water-soluble. Now, consider the structure of your nervous system. Your brain, spinal cord, and especially the protective myelin sheath around your nerves are largely made up of fats and lipids. There is a simple principle in chemistry. Oil and water do not mix. They repel each other. When you take a water-soluble B1 supplement, it moves through your stomach and into your bloodstream. But when it attempts to enter nerve cells to support repair, it encounters a fatty barrier. Because it is water-based, it struggles to pass through effectively. Only a very small amount may enter the tissue, while most of it continues circulating in the blood until it is filtered out by the kidneys and eliminated from the body. In practical terms, taking standard vitamin B1 for serious nerve issues is similar to trying to remove heavy grease using only cold water. It has little effect. If the goal is to reach and support fatty nerve tissue, a different form of vitamin B1 is needed, one that aligns with the body's structure. This is where benfotiamine becomes relevant. Unlike standard forms, it is fat-soluble. This allows it to bypass the lipid barriers that limit other versions of the vitamin. Instead of being blocked, it can pass through the fatty layers of the myelin sheath more effectively. Because of this property, it is able to reach deeper into nerve tissue, where it can help address cellular stress and support the repair process. This reflects how the body naturally functions when the correct form of a nutrient is used. However, understanding the name benfotiamine is only the beginning. Even if you purchase it, using it incorrectly may still prevent you from seeing results. The consistency of your daily actions is what separates those who regain control of their lives from those who remain stuck and limited. Here is the strict, direct, and non-negotiable clinical protocol I use in my practice. Treat these instructions with the same seriousness and discipline as a life-saving prescription medication. First is the dosage. A small basic maintenance amount will not reverse years of ongoing nerve damage. We are aiming to trigger real biological repair in a system that has been deprived for years. The clinical approach I follow begins with 150 milligrams of benfotiamine every day. If your symptoms are severe, if you are losing balance or the burning sensation is so strong that it disrupts your sleep, research supports increasing the dose to 300 milligrams daily. You may begin with 150 milligrams for the first 3 days to allow your digestive system to adjust, but you must reach the effective level to achieve meaningful structural improvement. Second, you must take it with the correct type of food. This is one of the most common mistakes people make, and it can completely block progress. Because bonadamine is fat-soluble, it requires dietary fat in your stomach to be properly broken down, transported, and absorbed into your bloodstream. If you take it with only water and eat something low in fat, like plain toast or oatmeal, your body will not absorb it effectively. You need to take it with a meal that includes healthy fats. For example, cook eggs in real butter, add full-fat cream to your coffee, eat a spoon of peanut butter, or include half an avocado. That fat works like a delivery system, helping carry the bonadamine into your nervous system where it is needed. Third, take it in the morning. B vitamins support cellular energy. They act like ignition for your cells. If you take this supplement in the evening, your nervous system may become overstimulated, making it difficult to sleep. You could find yourself awake late at night. Morning intake with a fat-containing meal every day is a firm rule. If you follow this protocol and give your body the nutrients it has been lacking, here is what you can expect. Understanding the timeline is important so you don't become discouraged or stop too early. In the first week, your feet may still burn. Nerve tissue takes time to recover, especially after years of digestive problems or medication use. However, you may notice an early change. Mental fatigue and brain fog often begin to improve. You may feel more alert, focused, and mentally present. This reflects your cellular energy beginning to recover. Between weeks 2 and 3, your nerves begin to reactivate. As they reconnect, you may experience sensations like tingling, burning, or itching, similar to when circulation returns to a numb limb. This can feel uncomfortable, but it is a sign of activity returning. If the sensation becomes too strong, reduce the dose to 150 milligrams for a few days, then gradually increase again. From 1 to 3 months, the burning pain typically decreases. It may shift from intense discomfort to a mild sensation and eventually fade. During this time, daily function improves. You may walk more confidently, dress with ease, handle objects without dropping them, and regain better awareness of movement, like feeling the brake pedal under your foot while driving. These are signs of regained independence. There are 2 important precautions. First, if you have cancer or are under the care of an oncologist, consult your doctor before taking high doses of B vitamins. Second, bonadamine works best when combined with the correct form of B complex. Always check the label. Avoid lower quality forms like pyridoxine hydrochloride for B6 and cyanocobalamin for B12. Instead, choose P5P and methylcobalamin, which better support nerve health. Now the decision is yours. You can choose to ignore this and allow symptoms to worsen, or you can take action. Use the correct bonadamine, combine it with a proper B complex, include healthy fats in your morning routine, and stay consistent every day. This plan is designed to help you regain control and improve your quality of life. Start tomorrow. In 30 to 60 days, you may experience less pain and better sleep. When you see progress, share your experience. Others may benefit from your journey. If you found this helpful, consider liking and subscribing. In the next video, I will explain how to improve blood flow to the small vessels that supply oxygen to damaged nerves. I'm Dr. Michael Kent. Your pain matters and recovery is possible. Take the first step tomorrow morning.